Why do we need a voice if we already have Indigenous members of Parliament? Kaya from Whadjuk Noongar land. I'm Theo, and today we're going to talk about why Australia needs an Indigenous voice to Parliament, even though we already have Indigenous voices in Parliament. Well, I've kind of said the first answer already. This is a voice to Parliament, not a voice in Parliament. The voice will not have the lawmaking abilities of MPs and Senators, or implement programs like the public service. Its focus will be on listening to First Nations peoples and representing their concerns to lawmakers. Now, specific Indigenous representation is something we know is important. The historic injustices of invasion, dispossession, and the stolen generations continue to have an impact today. Just look at the Closing the Gap reports. And if we are to follow the example set by other post-colonial democracies, recognizing the first peoples of our lands can and will lead to unity and strength. But some will wonder why this is necessary, because Australia in 2023 is remarkable. For the first time ever, we have 11 members of the House and Senate who are Indigenous, up from 6 in the previous Parliament. And our last 2 Indigenous Affairs Ministers, Linda Burney from Labor and Ken Wyatt, formerly from the Liberal Party, have both been Indigenous, something that was never the case before then. But while we celebrate this success, we also need to put it in perspective. An Aboriginal Member of Parliament has competing responsibilities. They have a constitutional responsibility to their electorate. In the case of Ken Wyatt, it was the people of Hasluck in the Perth Hills, and in the case of Dorinda Cox and Pat Dodson, it's the people of all of WA, whether they are Indigenous or not. And if we're being honest, most MPs are beholden to the wishes of their parties. Members who speak out against or vote against the party that they belong to often don't stay around very long. While Indigenous parliamentarians can provide a unique perspective in politics, they're often limited by the party's leadership or the party policies of the day. So if we want Indigenous advisors who are able to directly represent their communities without fear, we need a different approach. And this is why our nation will benefit from an Indigenous voice to Parliament, because it'll be a body chosen by Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. A voice adds input and advice, but does not duplicate, take away, or dilute the existing lawmaking duties of the Parliament or the policy implementation ability of the government. As an example, we can look to the soon-to-be implemented South Australian State Government's Voice to Parliament model. There are 6 local voice committees with 2 presiding members from each, making the 12-member state voice. They are elected only by First Nations peoples. Now imagine an example like that on a national scale. It would allow First Nations people in areas like Pinjarra or Broome or Fitzroy Crossing or Kalgoorlie to have access to Indigenous representatives who can advise Parliament and the government about their unique needs without having to deal with political parties. It would be a unique solution designed for unique circumstances, and a solution that would not be at the mercy of political parties or a change of government. This year, we can contribute to a solution by Aboriginal people for Aboriginal people and make a real, meaningful difference for generations to come. And that's why I'm voting yes.